Welcome to Histosleep, a place where every gentle sound guides you toward peace, and every moment helps you drift into deep, restful sleep. I'm so glad you've joined me tonight. Dear listener, take a slow breath and feel the place where you are resting. Notice the gentle weight of your body, the way the surface beneath you holds you without effort. Let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw loosen. There is nowhere you need to go right now. Nothing you need to solve. Just this moment and the quiet invitation to rest. As you breathe in, imagine cool, clean air drifting in through an open window. As you breathe out, imagine any tension leaving you like a long sigh. The room around you feels safe and calm. Perhaps there is a faint hum in the distance, or the soft whisper of night air moving through leaves. Allow those sounds to blend into the background as your attention drifts inward. If it feels good, gently close your eyes. If your eyes are already closed, imagine the darkness behind your eyelids growing warm and comforting, like velvet. Each breath slows you down just a little more. In and out. With every exhale, your thoughts begin to stretch out and soften, like clouds drifting lazily across a twilight sky. You do not have to try to fall asleep. Sleep is something that arrives on its own when invited kindly. Tonight, you are simply listening, simply floating on words and images that ask nothing of you. Our story today begins at a quiet train platform, bathed in the honey-colored glow of early evening. The station is somewhere in Italy, where time seems to move at a gentler pace. The air is warm, carrying the faint scent of stone, iron rails, and distant flowers. Cicadas sing softly from nearby trees, their rhythm slow and soothing. A train waits patiently on the tracks. Its body is smooth and dark, windows glowing from within like calm, watchful eyes. This is a sleep train designed for long, unhurried journeys through the night. Inside, there are private compartments, soft blankets, and the promise of rest as the countryside rolls by. You step aboard with ease. There is no rush. The door closes with a quiet, reassuring sound. Inside your compartment, everything is prepared for comfort. A small lamp casts a warm pool of light. Crisp linens rest on a neatly made bed. A window offers a wide view of the platform, where a few figures move slowly, unburdened by hurry. You settle in, placing any worries from the day onto an imaginary shelf by the door. They will wait there for you. For now, you are free to travel lightly. With a gentle shudder, the train begins to move. The sensation is subtle at first, a soft rocking that feels almost like being cradled. The platform slides away, replaced by darkened streets and quiet buildings. Soon, the town gives way to open land. The rhythm of the tracks becomes steady and hypnotic. Click, clack, click, click, each sound evenly spaced, like a lullaby played by the rails themselves. Your breathing naturally starts to match this rhythm, slow and even. Outside the window, the Italian countryside unfolds. Rolling hills stretch beneath a deepening blue sky. Olive groves pass by in silvery waves, their leaves catching the last light of day. Vineyards line the land in neat, calming patterns, rows upon rows that seem to guide the eye into rest. As the train glides forward, you feel a gentle breeze against the window, as if the night itself is breathing with you. Somewhere in the distance, a farmhouse window glows. Perhaps there is a hearth crackling inside, filling the room with warmth and the quiet comfort of routine. Your body grows heavier, sinking comfortably into the bed. Muscles loosen without instruction. Your forehead smooths. The space between your thoughts widens, creating room for calm. The train curves gently, carrying you deeper into the heart of Italy. You pass through small villages where church bells have just finished ringing the hour. The echoes linger in the air, round and mellow, fading slowly into silence. You might imagine the bells as they were centuries ago, calling people home at dusk. That sense of coming home settles into your chest now, steady and reassuring. Inside the train, the corridor lights are dimmed. Other passengers rest quietly behind closed doors. There is a shared understanding that this night is for sleep, for dreams, for gentle journeys, both outside and within. The train enters a tunnel. Darkness briefly wraps around you, complete and peaceful. The sound of the rails changes, becoming softer, more enclosed. It feels like being held inside a cocoon. When you emerge, the moon has risen. It hangs low and bright, casting silver light across fields and rivers. The water reflects the moon in long, trembling lines that shimmer and break as the train moves past. You feel safe. You feel guided. There is nothing unexpected ahead, only the steady unfolding of night. If these quiet tales are helping you drift off, a gentle like or a silent subscribe would mean the world. It helps this sleepy corner of the internet reach others who need a little calm too. I always wonder, where in the world are you listening from right now? If you're still awake, leave a whisper of a comment, maybe your city and the time on your clock. It's a beautiful thing, this quiet little global gathering, all connected through stories and stillness. Now, let's set the mood. Dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and get comfortable. The train continues its journey, unbothered by time. Somewhere beyond the glass, a river curves through the land, its surface smooth and dark. You imagine the quiet sound of water moving over stones, a low murmur that blends with the rhythm of the train. As you travel, the landscape slowly changes. Hills rise higher, their silhouettes layered against the night sky. Cypress trees stand tall and still, like patient guardians watching over the land. Their narrow shapes pass by one, creating a calming visual cadence. Inside your compartment, the lamp glows steadily. You may choose to turn it off in your mind, letting the room fill with soft darkness, or you may leave it on, enjoying the gentle warmth it provides. Either way is perfect. Your breath is slow now, deep, easy. Each inhale feels nourishing. Each exhale feels like letting go. The train passes through Tuscany, where the earth is rich and the air carries memories of sun and soil. Even at night, the land seems to hum with quiet life. You imagine vineyards resting under the stars, leaves still, grapes heavy and sweet, waiting for morning. Far off, a dog barks once, then settles. Somewhere else, an owl calls, its voice low and hollow. These sounds do not intrude. They weave into the night like threads in a blanket. Your thoughts begin to drift more freely, no longer tied to logic or sequence. Images rise and fade without effort. You might see warm stone walls glowing in lantern light. You might imagine the smell of fresh bread cooling on a windowsill. You might feel the smoothness of marble under your fingertips, cool and reassuring. The train gently rocks you, side to side, forward and on. It feels ancient and familiar, like a motion your body remembers from long ago, perhaps from being rocked as a child, perhaps from the sea. There is comfort in this repetition. As the hours pass, the train glides toward the coast. The air outside grows subtly different, carrying a hint of salt. The moonlight brightens as clouds thin and drift away. You pass through another tunnel, longer this time. The darkness stretches, and within it, your awareness turns inward. This is a perfect place for sleep to deepen. Thoughts slow, sensations soften. The boundary between listening and dreaming becomes pleasantly thin. When the train emerges, the sea is there, vast and calm. Though you cannot see it fully in the night, you sense its presence, a wide, open stillness, the kind of quiet that feels endless. Waves move gently, their rhythm ancient and steady. You imagine their sound, a soft hush and pull that mirrors your breath, in, out, in, out. The train follows the coastline for a while, offering fleeting glimpses of moonlit water between darkened cliffs. Small lights dot the shore, reflections trembling like stars fallen to earth. Inside, you pull the blanket closer in your mind. It is warm, but not heavy. It settles over you perfectly, adjusting to your shape. Your feet relax, your hands rest comfortably. Even the small muscles around your eyes let go. There is no need to stay alert. The story will carry you whether you listen closely or drift in and out. Every word is designed to be a soft landing. As the train turns inland again, heading south, the countryside becomes quieter still. Farms sleep, roads empty. The world feels paused, held in a gentle breath. You may notice how pleasant it feels to do nothing at all, to simply be here, to be carried. Somewhere ahead lies Rome, then Naples, then lands even further south. But there is no destination you need to reach tonight. The journey itself is enough. The steady motion, the quiet scenes, the safe enclosure of your compartment. Your mind may begin to create its own images now, blending with the story. That is welcome. That is a sign of rest arriving. The train hums softly beneath you, a constant, reliable sound, like a heartbeat, like a promise that you are not alone as you drift. Each minute that passes invites you deeper into relaxation, deeper into that space where sleep feels natural and unforced. And so the sleep train continues through Italy, through hills and valleys, through moonlight and shadow, carrying you gently onward, toward dreams that are kind and unhurried. The train moves onward through the night, its pace unhurried, its purpose simple, to carry, to soothe, to allow rest to arrive naturally. Outside your window, the land grows quieter still. Fields stretch wide and dark, their edges softened by moonlight. Low stone walls trace gentle lines across the earth, barely visible now, but still present. They have been here for generations, holding the land in calm order. There is something comforting about that sense of continuity, the feeling that some things simply endure, no matter the hour. The air inside your compartment feels just right, neither warm nor cool. It brushes lightly against your skin each time you breathe. You may notice the faint scent of clean linen, perhaps a hint of wood from the train's interior. These small details ground you, keeping you gently tethered to comfort. The train slows slightly as it approaches a small station. There is no announcement, no urgency, just the soft easing of motion. Outside, a single lamp illuminates the platform. Its light pools on the stone, glowing amber against the darkness. No one boards, no one leaves. After a moment, the train continues on its way, and the light slips quietly out of view. your body responds to the change in motion with a deeper release, as if it knows it is safe to let go even more now. Your breathing is slow and steady. Your chest rises and falls without effort. Each breath feels like a gentle wave, rolling in and out. The landscape begins to shift again. The land flattens, and the night air carries a faint whisper of water nearby. Perhaps a lake, perhaps a wide, slow river. You imagine its surface smooth as glass, reflecting stars that seem brighter here, away from cities and noise. Somewhere beyond the window, reeds rustle softly. The sound is delicate, almost secret, as if the night is speaking only to those who are quiet enough to listen. You listen without trying. The sounds drift through you and then drift away. The train crosses a bridge. You barely feel it, but the sound changes. A hollow, rhythmic echo rises beneath you, then fades. It is soothing, like a heartbeat heard from a distance. Steady, reliable. Inside, your thoughts grow fewer. Those that remain feel slow and dreamlike. They no longer demand attention. They simply pass through, like scenery outside the window. You might imagine now that the train is older than it appears, that it has traveled these tracks for decades, perhaps longer, carrying countless sleepers through countless nights, holding their stories gently, never asking for more than their trust. This thought feels comforting. You are not the first to rest here. You will not be the last. There is something deeply reassuring about being part of such a quiet, shared ritual. The train continues south, deeper into Italy's heart. You pass through Umbria, where forests thicken and the land folds into itself. Tall trees stand close together, their canopies blending into a single dark mass. Even in the night, you sense their presence, solid, grounded, calm. You imagine walking among them in daylight, the soft crunch of leaves beneath your feet, the filtered light dancing through branches. That image lingers briefly, then gently dissolves, making space for rest. Your eyelids feel heavy now. If they flutter or shift, that is perfectly fine. Sleep does not require stillness. It simply asks for permission. The train hum deepens slightly as it climbs a gentle incline. The motion remains smooth, rocking you just enough to feel cradled. You might notice how your neck relaxes further, how your tongue rests easily in your mouth, how even your fingers feel loose and warm. Outside, the moon slips behind a thin veil of cloud. The light dims, turning the world into softer shapes and shadows. This is the hour when night feels fullest, when the day is truly gone and morning is still far away. In the distance, a monastery bell rings once, just a single tone, low and resonant. It travels through the air and then fades, leaving behind a sense of peace. A reminder that even now, in the quiet hours, life continues gently. The train moves on, carrying you through Lazio. Somewhere nearby, ancient roads lie empty. Stones laid by hands long gone rest beneath the stars. There is a quiet dignity to them, a sense of patience. They have seen centuries pass. They know there is no need to hurry. You feel that patience settle into you now. Time loosens its grip. Minutes stretch and soften. There is only this slow movement, this soft listening. Inside your compartment, the blanket feels even more comforting. It is as if it has grown warmer, or perhaps you have simply relaxed enough to notice how good it feels. Your body sinks a little deeper, supported fully. You may notice now that the sound of the train has blended into the background. No longer distinct, just a continuous, soothing presence. like rain falling steadily outside a safe, warm room. The train passes through another town, this one slightly larger. You glimpse a row of buildings, shutters closed, streets empty. A fountain sits in a small square, water still, waiting for morning. A cat crosses the tracks in the distance, moving with quiet confidence. And then the town is gone, replaced once more by open land and darkness. Your mind drifts again. Perhaps you dream lightly now, even while listening. Images come and go without clear edges. A candle flame, a curved stone stairway, a window open to night air. The train does not mind if you sleep. It continues its work faithfully, whether you are awake to notice or not. As the night deepens, the air outside cools slightly. You imagine the faint scent of wild herbs carried on the breeze. Rosemary, thyme, earth warmed earlier by the sun. The tracks curve gently, and the train follows without effort. You feel a subtle sway back and forth. It is deeply calming, like being rocked on calm water. Somewhere ahead lies Naples, with its sleeping streets and distant sea. Beyond that, lands where volcanoes rest quietly, their power contained for now. They even sleep sometimes, even they pause. This thought feels grounding. Powerful things can rest. Active minds can rest. You can rest. Your breathing is now very slow. Perhaps you barely notice it at all. Each breath melts into the next. Your heart beats steadily, calmly, without urgency. The train glides into a long stretch of uninterrupted darkness. No towns, no lights, just night. This is a perfect place for sleep to deepen. You may feel yourself drifting further now, sinking into that soft place between listening and dreaming. Words become textures, sounds become warmth, meaning becomes comfort, and the train keeps moving. Always forward, always gentle. It carries you through the night, through Italy's quiet landscapes, through hours designed for rest and renewal. There is nothing you need to hold on to, nothing you need to remember. The night stretches on, wide and generous, offering more stillness with every mile the train travels. The wheels glide over the rails with a soft confidence, as if they know this path by heart. You feel that knowing too, settling somewhere deep inside your chest, a quiet assurance that you are exactly where you need to be. Outside, the darkness lightens slightly as clouds thin and drift away. Stars appear again, scattered gently across the sky. They do not sparkle sharply. Instead, they glow softly, like distant lanterns hung with care. You imagine them watching over the land, patient and constant. The train passes through Campania now, where the earth carries stories of fire and fertility. Even at night, the land feels alive beneath the surface. You imagine vineyards sleeping on volcanic soil, roots deep and strong, drawing quiet nourishment while the world rests. Inside your compartment, everything remains calm and unchanged. The steady temperature, the soft bedding, the muted hum that wraps around you like a cocoon. You might notice that your limbs feel pleasantly heavy now, as if gravity itself has become kinder, asking less effort of you. Your thoughts, if any arise, are slow and gentle. They do not latch on to worries. They drift like feathers, touching down briefly before lifting away again. You do not follow them. There is no need. The train slows once more, gliding into a larger station. You sense it rather than see it, a subtle shift in motion, a faint echo of space around you. Outside, the platform is quiet. A few lights glow. A clock ticks softly somewhere in the distance. This might be Naples, or perhaps a smaller stop just beyond. It does not matter. Names lose their importance at this hour. Only feelings remain: calm, safety, ease. The train pauses, just long enough to feel stillness layered on top of stillness. Then, without fuss, it moves again, pulling you gently onward. As it leaves the station behind, the air carries the unmistakable presence of the sea: salt, coolness, space. You imagine the water stretching out into darkness, waves moving slowly, endlessly, without thought or strain. Your breathing matches that imagined rhythm: slow, deep, unforced. The coastline stays with you for a while, the train tracing its curves faithfully. You catch glimpses of moonlight on water, broken by rocks and cliffs. The sea looks peaceful tonight, content to rest in long, rolling breaths. You imagine standing on a quiet shore at this hour, feet in cool sand, listening to the waves. No one else was around, just the sound of water and wind. That image blends seamlessly with the motion of the train until it feels as though you are floating, carried by both rail and tide. Inside, your body continues to soften. Even places that often hold tension, like the lower back or the space between the shoulders, begin to let go. You feel supported from beneath, from around, from within. The train turns inland again, heading further south. Calabria awaits, with its rugged hills and ancient paths. The land here feels older, somehow closer to the bones of the earth. Mountains rise in the distance, their shapes softened by night. As the train climbs, the air cools a touch more. You imagine opening a small window, just enough to feel that coolness brush your face. It is refreshing, clean, and calming. Somewhere outside, wind moves through tall grass, creating a low, whispering sound. It reminds you of breathing, of presence, of being alive without effort. Your mind drifts deeper now. The edges of the story blur slightly, in the most pleasant way. You do not need to hold onto every word. The tone, the rhythm, the intention are enough. The train enters a long tunnel, longer than any before. Darkness wraps fully around you again. The sound becomes softer, more contained. It feels like being inside a deep, safe cave. This darkness invites you inward. It is a place where sleep can deepen naturally, where awareness can rest without disappearing entirely. In this space, you might notice a gentle warmth spreading through your chest, then your belly, then your legs. It is not hot, it is comfortable, a sense of being cared for. The tunnel seems endless, but not in a way that feels concerning. It feels protective, timeless, as if the outside world has paused to let you rest more fully. When the train finally emerges, the stars look different, brighter, sharper, as if your eyes have adjusted to a deeper level of night. You are now crossing into the southernmost stretches of the mainland. The land feels quieter here, more remote. Villages are fewer and farther between. When lights appear, they are small and precious, like candles placed deliberately in the dark. You pass one such village now, houses clustered close together, narrow streets winding between them. Somewhere a dog sleeps on a doorstep. Somewhere else, a radio murmurs faintly, playing a song too soft to recognize. These glimpses feel intimate, like being trusted with a secret. Then they are gone, and the night closes in again, gentle and complete. Inside, your breathing may be so slow now that you barely register it. Your body knows how to sleep. It does not need instruction. it only needs permission, which you have already given. The train hum remains constant, a low, soothing vibration that travels through the floor, the walls, the bed. It feels like a lullaby sung by the earth itself. You might imagine that each mile traveled carries you further away from the noise of the day. Each kilometer gently erases obligations, expectations, and unfinished thoughts. They fall away behind the train, left on the tracks, dissolving into nothing. Ahead lies the crossing to Sicily. Soon the train will board a ferry, gliding across the narrow stretch of sea. Even trains rest upon water here, trusting the flow. As the train approaches the coast once more, you sense the openness returning, the smell of salt, the sound of distant waves, the feeling of space expanding. The train slows and comes to rest. You feel the stillness again, deeper this time. Outside, the night sea waits calmly. The ferry is quiet, its lights low and warm. Without effort, the train is carried aboard. There is a gentle shift, barely noticeable. The sensation changes from rolling to floating. It is subtle, but your body registers it as deeply soothing. Now you are drifting across water. Even if you do not consciously imagine it, your body responds. The motion is slower, wider, like being rocked by the sea itself. Waves lap softly against the hull. The sound is muted, rhythmic, endlessly calming. You feel it through the train, through the bed, through your bones. This is a perfect moment to sink even deeper, to let the last thin threads of wakefulness loosen and drift away. Your mind may slip fully into dreaming now. If it does, that is perfect. If it hovers, listening faintly, that is perfect too. There is no wrong way to rest. The ferry glides steadily onward. Above, the stars reflect faintly on the water, doubling the quiet beauty. Below, the sea moves slowly, confidently, without pause. When the train reaches the far shore, the transition is so smooth you barely notice. Wheels meet rails again. Motion returns to its familiar rhythm. Click, clack, soft and even. You are in Sicily now, an island of warmth and history, resting beneath the night sky. The land feels welcoming, open and calm. The train begins its journey across the island, passing through citrus groves and open plains. Even at night, you imagine the scent of orange blossoms lingering faintly in the air. The earth here feels generous. The darkness feels friendly. The stars feel close. Your body is deeply relaxed now. Perhaps you are no longer aware of where one limb ends and another begins. You are simply resting, supported, held. The train continues southward, toward its final destination. But you do not need to arrive. The journey itself is a gift. Every sound, every motion, every image is designed to cradle you into sleep. And so the sleep train moves on through Italy, through sea and land, through night and stillness, carrying you gently, faithfully, into deeper rest. The train glides deeper into the island, as if it knows this terrain intimately. Sicily at night feels like a quiet breath held gently between land and sea. The tracks curve through wide open spaces where the darkness feels expansive rather than empty. You sense the land stretching out, resting under the stars, untroubled and calm. Outside your window, the shapes of distant hills rise and fall like sleeping animals. Their outlines are soft, rounded by time and moonlight. There is no sharpness here, no urgency. Everything has settled into a natural rhythm, one that does not ask you to keep up. Inside, the air feels almost velvety. Each breath you take feels slower than the last, as if the night itself is guiding your lungs in and out, nothing forced, nothing held. The train passes through groves of lemon and orange trees. Even though the fruit cannot be seen clearly, you imagine their presence. Rounded shapes hanging quietly, leaves still, holding the day's warmth deep inside. There is a faint sweetness in the air, barely there, like a memory rather than a scent. You feel your jaw relax further. Your tongue rests comfortably. Your brow smooths completely. There is a sense of sinking now, not downward but inward, like settling into the most comfortable position you have ever known. The train hum becomes softer, or perhaps your awareness of it does. Sound and silence blend together until it is difficult to tell where one ends and the other begins. This is the space where sleep feels closest. You pass through another small town. This one is perched on a gentle rise, its buildings clustered together like they are keeping each other warm. A single streetlight illuminates a narrow road. Stone walls glow faintly, holding the heat of the day. Somewhere, a window is open, curtains stirring slightly in the night air. You imagine a family sleeping inside, a table cleared after dinner, dishes dry quietly. The house is breathing slowly, just like you. The train moves on, leaving the town behind without disturbance. The countryside opens again, and the stars feel even more present. They seem closer here, brighter, as if the island allows them to shine a little more freely. Your thoughts, if they appear at all, are now gentle and abstract. They no longer form complete sentences. They arrive as impressions, a color, a texture, a feeling of warmth or safety. They drift through and dissolve on their own. The train follows a long, straight stretch of track. The motion is steady and predictable. Your body loves predictability at this hour. It responds by letting go even more. Your shoulders sink. Your chest feels open and easy. Your legs feel heavy in the best possible way, as if they have been granted permission to rest completely. Outside, the land grows flatter. Fields stretch wide under the night sky. Somewhere far off, the silhouette of Mount Etna rises, dark and still. Even this ancient volcano rests now, its power quiet, contained, patient. There is comfort in knowing that even the most powerful forces know how to pause, know how to be still. The train approaches another tunnel, shorter this time. Darkness envelops you briefly, like a soft blanket pulled up just a little higher. The sound changes, becoming muted and close. This moment feels especially safe, enclosed, protected. You might notice a pleasant heaviness behind your eyes, a gentle pull toward deeper sleep. When the train emerges, the night feels cooler, fresher. The stars shimmer faintly, and the land continues to unfold in slow, peaceful scenes. You are aware now, perhaps dimly, that you have been resting for some time, that the day feels far away, that the world has narrowed to this gentle journey and the calm inside you. The train passes through vineyards and open farmland. Even though it is night, you imagine the soil beneath the tracks, rich and dark, holding seeds and roots in quiet anticipation. Growth happens even while the surface sleeps. This thought feels reassuring. Rest does not stop progress, it supports it. Your breathing remains slow and deep. There is a softness in your chest, a sense of ease that spreads outward with each exhale. The train curves again, following the natural contours of the land. You feel the gentle sway, left and then right. It is almost imperceptible, but your body responds immediately. relaxing further into the motion. Somewhere ahead, the sea waits again. Sicily narrows, and the coastline draws closer. You sense the openness returning, the subtle pull of water nearby. As the train approaches the coast, the air carries that familiar hint of salt. It mixes with the earthy sense of land, creating a balance that feels grounding and expansive at the same time. You imagine waves moving slowly in the darkness, their surfaces catching fragments of moonlight. They do not crash or roar. They breathe in, out, just like you. The train slows as it enters a coastal town. This one feels sleepy and old. Fishing boats rest in the harbor, their outlines barely visible. Nets are folded neatly, waiting for morning. The sea is calm, accepting rest without resistance. A lighthouse stands nearby, its beam turning slowly, methodically. The light sweeps across the water and lands in a steady rhythm. You imagine its beam passing over the train briefly, then moving on. A quiet acknowledgement, a shared understanding of night work and night rest. The train pauses, then continues, leaving the harbor behind. The sound of water fades gradually, replaced once more by the steady rhythm of the rails. Inside, the compartment feels even cozier now. The world outside seems distant, like a dream you are half remembering. The most important sensations are here. Warmth, support, calm. Your mind may dip in and out of awareness now. Moments of listening, followed by moments of nothing at all. This is the natural edge of sleep. There is no need to stay awake. No need to let go either. Just allow. The train carries you along the southern edge of the island. Villages become sparse. Darkness stretches longer between lights. The night feels deeper, fuller. You might notice a gentle warmth in your hands or feet, a sign that your body is fully relaxing, directing energy inward. Everything is slowing down exactly as it should. The train hum is now almost indistinguishable from silence. It exists more as a feeling than a sound, a steady presence beneath everything else. Outside, the sky begins to change very subtly. The blackness softens into deep blue. It is not dawn yet, but the night is beginning to loosen its grip. This transition is gradual and peaceful, with no sudden shifts. You do not need to wake for this. You can sleep right through it. The train will continue whether you notice or not. As the first hint of early morning approaches, the land remains quiet. Birds are still asleep. The world holds its breath for just a little longer. Inside, you are deeply at rest now. Perhaps fully asleep, perhaps hovering at the threshold. Either way, your body is receiving exactly what it needs. The sleep train continues its gentle journey through Italy, through island and coast, through darkness and the faint promise of light. It asks nothing of you. It simply carries, and you rest. The train moves on without announcing itself, as if it understands that words are no longer needed. The rhythm is enough. The gentle motion is enough. You are carried forward through the quiet hours when the world feels soft and forgiving. Outside, the sky continues its slow transformation. Deep blue shifts almost imperceptibly toward a lighter shade, like ink diluted drop by drop in water. This change happens so gradually that it feels more like a feeling than a sight. Even if your eyes remain closed, your body senses it. A subtle easing in the darkness, a quiet reassurance that time is unfolding exactly as it should. The land beside the tracks rests completely still. Fields lie smooth and dark. Stone farmhouses sit patiently, their shutters closed, their walls holding stories from countless nights like this one. The earth feels settled. Nothing stirs unnecessarily. Inside your compartment, the air remains calm and steady. Each breath you take feels nourishing, as if it gently replenishes you from the inside out. Your chest rises and falls in a slow, natural rhythm. There is no effort, no instruction. Your body remembers how to rest. The train curves gently inland again, leaving the coastline behind. The scent of salt fades, replaced by cooler, earthier air. You imagine dew forming quietly on grass and leaves, tiny droplets appearing without sound or fuss. This is the hour when the world renews itself silently. Your thoughts, if they arise at all, feel distant and unimportant. They no longer pull at you. They float somewhere far above, like clouds seen from below. You remain grounded, supported, warm. The train passes through a wide valley. Even in darkness, the openness is palpable. You sense space stretching out on either side, an expansive calm that mirrors the quiet inside you. There is nothing closing in, nothing pressing, only room to breathe. Far off, a rooster stirs, but does not yet call. The sound is faint and unfinished, like a thought not fully formed. Then it settles again, choosing rest over noise. Your body sinks further into the bed, as if the mattress has learned your shape perfectly. Every curve is supported. Every point of contact feels gentle and secure. There is no need to adjust, no need to move. The train hum remains steady, a low, continuous presence. It feels less like a sound and more like a vibration. A soft reminder that you are being carried, that you do not have to hold yourself up right now. You pass through another tunnel, shorter and wider. The darkness briefly deepens, but it does not feel enclosing. It feels familiar, comforting, like closing your eyes a little more fully. When you emerge, the sky is lighter now, still quiet, still hushed. The night has not fully lifted, but it is thinning, becoming translucent. You might notice that your dreams feel closer now, not vivid or demanding, just nearby. Gentle shapes waiting patiently at the edge of awareness. They do not rush in. They simply wait for you to drift toward them. The train continues across the island, heading toward its final resting point. Villages remain asleep as you pass, streets empty, windows dark. The world has agreed, collectively, to rest a little longer. Your breathing is so slow now that it feels almost like stillness. Each inhale arrives when needed. Each exhale releases without thought. There is a deep sense of trust in this rhythm. The land begins to rise again, hills folding softly into one another. You imagine dry stone walls, tracing their curves, built by careful hands long ago. They hold the land gently, just as the bed holds you now. The train climbs slightly, then levels out. The motion remains smooth. There is no strain, no sudden shifts, just a continuous, reassuring glide. Outside, the first birds begin to stir. One calls quietly, then another answers from a distance. Their voices are soft, unhurried, like they are careful not to disturb those still sleeping. The sounds drift in and out of your awareness, blending with the train's rhythm. You may be fully asleep now, listening only faintly, or you may hover in that place where words still register, but effort does not. Both are perfect. Inside, your muscles are deeply relaxed. Your legs feel heavy and warm. Your arms rest naturally. Your neck and shoulders are loose, unburdened. Even the small muscles in your face have let go. The train approaches its final stretch. The sky now holds a pale, silvery light. Dawn is near, but still gentle. There is no harsh brightness, just a gradual unveiling. Fields begin to show faint color, greens and browns emerging softly from the dark. The shapes of trees sharpen slightly, their branches still and patient. The train slows, not abruptly, gradually, as if it is careful not to wake anyone. The rhythm of the rails spaces out just a bit, each sound still smooth and even. Inside your compartment, nothing changes. The calm remains intact. You are still held, still safe. The train glides into its final station. The platform is quiet. Early morning air rests cool and fresh. A few lights glow dimly, their work nearly done for the night. The train comes to rest with a barely perceptible sigh. The motion ceases, but the feeling of being carried lingers, like the sensation after rocking stops, when your body still remembers the movement. You do not need to wake. You do not need to get up. In this story, the journey ends not with departure, but with rest. Outside, the day prepares itself quietly. Inside, you remain wrapped in calm. Your sleep is deep now, or it is gently deepening. Either way, it is enough. The sleep train has done its work. It has carried you through Italy, through hills and coasts, through darkness and into soft light. It has asked nothing in return. And now it leaves you here, resting, renewed, peaceful. The quiet after arrival feels thick and gentle, like a blanket of silence laid carefully over everything. Even though the train is no longer moving, your body still remembers the rhythm. A faint echo of motion lingers, rocking you just enough to keep you floating at the edge of sleep. Outside, the platform remains calm. Early morning has not yet decided to fully appear. The air holds that delicate in-between quality, neither night nor day. It feels like a secret hour, reserved for rest and reflection. You remain where you are, wrapped in warmth, with no expectation to rise. In this place, arrival does not mean waking. It simply means being held a little longer. The compartment around you feels especially safe now. The walls seem softer. The ceiling feels farther away. Sound barely travels. Even your thoughts move quietly, like they do not want to disturb the peace. Your breathing is slow and deep. Each inhale gently lifts your chest. Each exhale settles you further, as if gravity has turned tender. There is no tension left to release, only comfort to enjoy. Outside, a faint breeze moves through nearby trees. Leaves rustle softly, creating a low, soothing sound. It blends with distant birdsong, still quiet and tentative. The world is waking slowly, politely. You imagine the train resting too. Its engine is warm and calm. Its journey is complete for now. It feels content, as if satisfied with the night's work. The land around the station stretches quietly. Fields shimmer faintly with dew. Stone paths remain cool and still. Somewhere, a cafe owner will soon unlock a door. Somewhere else, bread will begin to bake, but not yet, not now. This moment belongs to rest. Your body responds by sinking deeper into stillness. Sleep thickens, becoming heavier and more complete. Dreams may begin to form more clearly now. Gentle dreams, uncomplicated ones. You might drift into an image of walking through a quiet Italian village at dawn. cobblestones cool beneath your feet. The sky is pale and soft above you. Windows opened slowly, the smell of coffee and warm bread in the air. Or you might dream of the train again, moving smoothly through golden hills, sunlight just beginning to touch the land. The motion remains gentle. The feeling remains safe. Your mind chooses what it needs. You do not guide it. You simply rest. Time stretches in this space. Minutes feel wide and forgiving. There is no urgency pressing at the edges of your awareness. No schedule, no demands. Even the concept of morning feels distant. You are allowed to linger here, in this soft pocket of calm. The sounds outside remain muted. Footsteps are rare and slow. Voices are hushed. The world seems to understand that sleep is still happening. Inside, your heartbeat is steady and quiet. It does not ask for attention. It simply continues, reliable and calm. If you are still listening, your awareness is light now. Words drift past rather than land. That is exactly how it should be. The story no longer needs to lead you. Your body knows the way. The sleep train rests at the station, but its presence remains with you. A reminder of motion without effort, of journeys taken without strain, of nights that unfold gently. You are safe. You are comfortable. You are deeply at rest. The quiet deepens rather than fades, as if the world has decided to hold its breath just a little longer for you. Even though time continues to move forward, it does so respectfully, slowly, without sharp edges. You remain suspended in this gentle pause, where rest feels endless and safe. The train stays where it is, resting at the edge of the waking world. Its presence is steady and reassuring, like a guardian that does not leave when the journey ends. You can still sense its warmth beneath you, the memory of motion stored softly in your body. That remembered rhythm continues to rock you from the inside, subtle and soothing. Outside, the light grows by degrees, so small they can barely be measured. The sky shifts from pale blue to a whisper of silver. Clouds drift lazily, stretched thin like brushed cotton. They move without direction or urgency, simply following the quiet currents above. A bird sings again, slightly louder this time, then stops. Another answer, somewhere farther away. Their calls are unhurried, unpolished, like they are practicing the idea of morning rather than announcing it. The sounds do not pull you awake. They pass by gently, like ripples across the surface of deep water. Inside your compartment, nothing asks you to move. The blanket rests perfectly where it is. The pillow supports your head exactly as needed. Your body has found a position of complete ease, one that does not need adjustment or improvement. Even the smallest muscles have released their hold. Your breathing remains slow and even. Each breath flows in smoothly, then leaves just as smoothly, like water passing through a quiet channel. There is no pause, no effort, just continuity. Your thoughts are now mostly impressions, soft, abstract sensations, a sense of warmth, a feeling of openness, the memory of moonlight on water. They do not connect into stories anymore. They simply exist, then fade. If you are dreaming, the dreams are calm and spacious. Perhaps you are walking slowly through the Italian countryside in the early morning. The air is cool and clean. Dew sparkles faintly on grass. The path beneath your feet is worn smooth by time, familiar and kind. Or perhaps you dream of sitting at a small table outside a cafe that has not yet opened. The chairs are stacked neatly. Cups rest upside down, waiting. The street is empty. You sit quietly, listening to the soft hum of the town before it wakes. Or maybe your dreams are simpler still. Colors, light, gentle motion. No images at all, just rest. The train remains nearby in your awareness, even if you do not see it. It has become a symbol now of being carried, of moving forward without effort, of trusting the path beneath you. As the morning grows slightly brighter, the station around the train begins to stir very slowly. A door opens somewhere, then closes softly. Footsteps cross stone, unhurried and light. A cart rolls gently over the platform, its wheels barely making a sound. None of this disturbs you. The sounds are distant, muffled by the depth of your rest. They blend into the background, becoming part of the gentle texture of the moment. Your body remains deeply relaxed. There is a pleasant heaviness in your limbs, a sense that you are resting exactly as deeply as you should be. Your nervous system feels calm and balanced, safe. If there was tension once, it has dissolved completely. If there were worries, they feel far away now, belonging to another time. Right now, there is only rest. The air inside your space feels fresh. You imagine a window open somewhere, allowing a gentle breeze to pass through. It carries the faint scent of earth and morning, not sharp, not cool, just clean. You feel a subtle sense of renewal, even in sleep, as if something inside you is quietly resetting, restoring itself without effort or attention. This happens naturally when you allow yourself to rest this deeply. Time continues to stretch. The minutes feel long and generous. There is no pressure to wake, no sense of needing to prepare for anything. The story has no destination now, only continuation. The train, though still, feels alive. You imagine its metal cooling slightly as the night fully gives way to dawn. You imagine the tracks beneath it, extending far behind and far ahead, connecting countless places, countless journeys. You are part of that network now, part of that quiet movement, even while resting. Your breathing deepens again, settling into an even slower rhythm, in and out. Each breath feels like a small wave, washing gently through you, leaving calm behind. The light outside becomes a touch warmer. Pale gold mixes into the silver sky. Still soft, still kind. No harsh brightness, just enough to suggest a new day beginning somewhere beyond your awareness. You do not need to join it yet. Inside, your dreams may shift again. Perhaps you find yourself back on the train, but now it moves through daylight. Fields glow green and gold. Hills roll gently under a wide sky. The motion is smooth, comforting, familiar. Or perhaps you dream of the sea again. Calm water, slow waves, sunlight scattered across the surface in soft patterns. You float without effort, supported completely. Your mind chooses scenes that soothe rather than stimulate. That is its way of protecting rest. The station outside grows a little more active now, but still subdued. Voices remain low. Movements remain gentle. The world seems to know that some people are still sleeping, still healing, still resting deeply. You are one of them. Your body remains perfectly still, but inside, subtle processes continue. Muscles repair, thoughts untangle, emotions settle. All of this happens without conscious involvement. Rest is productive in its own quiet way. The train has nothing more to do for now. It has delivered you safely to this place of deep calm. It remains nearby, like a watchful companion, ready whenever another journey is needed. You feel deeply supported, not just by the bed or the train, but by the moment itself, by the understanding that rest is allowed, that nothing is required of you right now. If awareness flickers briefly, it does not pull you awake. It simply notes comfort, then fades again. You sink back into the depth of sleep easily, smoothly. The morning continues to unfold outside, but it does not intrude. Light filters gently through the world, touching surfaces without urgency. Shadows soften, colors are warm. Inside, you remain wrapped in stillness. There is no ending here, only continuation. Rest flowing into rest.com, carrying calm. The sleep train remains part of you now, a memory of ease and gentle movement you can return to whenever you need. Its rhythm, its patience, its quiet assurance stay with you, and so you sleep deeply, peacefully, without effort. The journey continues, not along tracks, but within, and you rest. The rest you are in now feels deeper than before, as if you have slipped beneath the surface of thought and into something slower, older, and very kind. There is a sense of being held not just by a bed or a place, but by the night itself, which has folded around you like a patient guardian. The train no longer needs to move for you to feel its presence. Its rhythm has settled into your body, into your breathing, into the quiet steadiness of your heartbeat. Even in stillness, the journey continues, gently, inwardly. Outside, the station has softened into background existence. Sounds are there, but they arrive filtered and distant, as if passing through layers of calm before reaching you. A door closes somewhere. Footsteps pass, slow and unhurried. A voice murmurs briefly, then fades. None of it demands attention. Your body remains heavy and warm, perfectly aligned with rest. The weight you feel is comforting, grounding, like being wrapped in layers of safety. There is no part of you that needs to stay alert, no part that needs to hold watch. Your breathing is now so quiet that it almost disappears from awareness. It happens on its own, smooth and steady, like a tide that knows exactly when to come in and when to go out. Each breath brings a sense of ease. Each release carries you further from effort. If dreams come, they are gentle and spacious. Perhaps you find yourself walking along a quiet Italian road, lined with tall cypress trees. The air is cool, the light is soft. Your steps are slow and unhurried. There is nowhere you need to reach. The walking itself is enough. Or maybe you dream of sitting inside a small stone house while rain falls outside. The sound is rhythmic and soothing. A fire crackles quietly in a hearth, filling the room with warmth and a soft amber glow. You sit comfortably, wrapped in a blanket, listening without thought. Or perhaps there are no images at all, only sensation, warmth, stillness, the deep comfort of being completely at ease. Time stretches here in a way that feels generous. Minutes do not hurry toward hours. They expand, giving you space to rest fully. The outside world can wait. This moment belongs entirely to you. Your nervous system settles even further, dropping into a state of deep repair and renewal. Muscles soften completely. The jaw hangs loose. The space behind the eyes feels smooth and open. Even your scalp relaxes, releasing the last traces of tension. The train, though quiet, seems content. Its work is done for now. It has carried you through hills and valleys, across water and stone, through darkness and into gentle light. Now it rests alongside you, sharing the stillness. Outside, the morning continues to form itself slowly. The sun has not fully risen yet, but its presence is hinted at in the warming air. Light gathers carefully, like it does not want to rush or overwhelm. Birdsong grows a little more confident, though still soft. The calls weave together loosely, creating a soundscape that feels alive but not demanding. It is the kind of sound that supports sleep rather than interrupts it. You remain deeply relaxed. If awareness surfaces for a moment, it does so calmly, noting comfort, then drifting away again. There is no jolt, no sharpness, just a gentle ebb and flow between light awareness and deep sleep. Your dreams may shift again, as they often do in the later hours of rest. Perhaps now you are on the train once more, watching the countryside pass in daylight. The colors are muted and warm. The motion remains smooth. You feel safe, unhurried, content. Or perhaps you dream of the sea, calm and expansive. The water moves slowly, endlessly, without resistance. You float easily, supported without effort. There is no fear here, only trust. Your mind chooses images that soothe and restore. This is its natural intelligence at work. The station outside becomes a little busier now, but still restrained. The day begins its quiet routines. Someone sweeps a platform, a bicycle passes, a cafe door opens. The smells of coffee and fresh bread drift faintly through the air. These sensations may touch the edges of your dreams, blending seamlessly into them, or they may pass unnoticed. Either way, your rest remains uninterrupted. Your body continues its quiet work. Cells repair. Energy is restored. Thoughts that once felt tangled loosen and settle. Emotional weight lightens, sometimes without you even realizing it. The longer you rest here, the more deeply integrated this calm becomes. It is not just temporary. It is something you carry forward with you, like a memory stored gently in the body. The sleep train remains part of that memory, a reminder that you can be carried, that you do not always have to push or strive. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is allow yourself to rest. Breath after breath, you remain suspended in this peaceful state. There is no countdown, no ending is approaching, just a continuation. Even as the world outside fully wakes, you are allowed to stay here. Sleep does not have to end just because morning arrives. Rest unfolds in its own time. If and when you eventually wake, it will be gentle, gradual, like light spreading slowly across a landscape. There will be no rush, no abrupt return to noise. For now, you remain in this soft, quiet place, wrapped in warmth, supported completely. The calm you are resting in now feels settled and complete, like a lake after the last ripple has faded. Nothing disturbs the surface. Nothing needs to. You are floating in a depth of rest that feels timeless, where the edges of sleep blur gently into comfort. The train is no longer something you think about directly. It has become part of the background of your inner world, like a remembered rhythm or a familiar hum. Even without movement, its presence reassures you. You are carried, even while still. Outside, the day has begun in earnest, but it does not reach you here. Morning light exists beyond layers of quiet, softened before it ever comes close. Sounds arrive muted and rounded, as if wrapped in cloth. Life continues, but at a respectful distance. Your body remains deeply relaxed. There is a pleasant warmth in your chest and belly, a steady sense of ease that spreads outward. Your limbs feel heavy, but not weighed down. It is the heaviness of complete support, of not needing to hold yourself together. Your breathing remains slow and natural. Each inhale arrives gently, filling you just enough. Each exhale releases without effort. There is no pause between breaths, no grasping, no holding, just a smooth, continuous flow. If dreams are present now, they are soft and spacious. Perhaps you wander through an Italian countryside, bathed in early sunlight. The air is cool but warming. Dew glistens faintly on leaves. The ground beneath your feet feels solid and familiar. You move slowly, with no destination, simply enjoying the quiet. Or maybe you dream of sitting by an open window, sheer curtains moving slightly in a breeze. Outside, the world is calm. Inside, you are completely at ease. Time feels wide and forgiving. Or there may be no images at all, just a sense of being, of resting, of existing without needing to define it. Your mind is doing exactly what it needs to do, sorting, releasing, restoring. This happens best when you are not watching, not directing, and so you remain still, allowing it to unfold. The train station outside has fully awakened now. People move through it. Trains arrive and depart. Announcements echo softly across platforms. Yet none of this intrudes. It feels like another world entirely, separate from where you are resting. Your sleep remains undisturbed, deep and nourishing. Muscles continue to repair. Energy continues to return. Emotional balance quietly reasserts itself, like a compass finding true north. There is a sense of safety here that goes beyond physical comfort, a feeling that you are allowed to be exactly as you are, that nothing is expected of you at this moment, that rest is not something you have to earn. The memory of the journey through Italy lingers gently. Moonlit hills, quiet villages, the sound of rails beneath you, the crossing over water. All of it feels dreamlike now, blending into the fabric of your rest. You may not consciously remember these details later, but their effect remains. The calm they created stays with you, stored somewhere deep and reliable. Your awareness drifts even further now, thinning like mist in sunlight. Words lose their shape, meaning dissolves into sensation, warmth, stillness, ease. You are not listening anymore in the way you were before. You are simply resting, and that is enough. Time continues to pass, but it does not matter how much. This space exists outside of schedules and clocks. It is measured only by how deeply you have let go, and you have let go completely. The sleep train remains nearby, quiet and patient, ready whenever you need another journey. But for now, there is nowhere to go. Only rest, only calm, only sleep. The stillness you are resting in now feels complete, like everything has gently settled into its proper place. There is no sense of waiting for something else to happen. This moment is enough on its own. You are suspended in a quiet that feels intentional, protective, and deeply kind. Your body rests heavily and comfortably, supported in every place it needs to be. There is no pressure, no sharpness, no discomfort asking for attention. Even the smallest sensations have softened into neutrality, then into ease. If you notice your body at all, it is only as a warm, calm presence. Breath continues its slow, natural rhythm, in and out. Each breath feels like it flows through a wide open space inside you, meeting no resistance. Your chest rises gently, then settles. Your belly follows. Nothing interrupts the pattern. The world outside continues on, but it feels very far away now. Morning has arrived fully, yet it does not touch you here. Light exists, sound exists, movement exists, but all of it remains distant and unimportant. You are protected inside this pocket of rest. If dreams appear, they are unhurried and soft around the edges. Perhaps you are lying in a quiet meadow somewhere in Italy, grass moving slightly in a warm breeze. The sky above is wide and pale blue. Clouds drift slowly, changing shape without purpose. You watch them without thinking, without needing them to become anything. Or maybe you dream of being back on the train, but now it is stationary, resting beside a field. The doors are open. Air moves freely through the carriages. You remain inside, comfortable, content, listening to the quiet world outside. Or perhaps there are no images at all, only a sense of floating, of being deeply at peace, of not needing to be anyone or do anything. Your mind has released its grip entirely now. It is no longer organizing or planning. It is resting too, like a muscle that has finally been allowed to relax after a long day. Your nervous system is calm and balanced. There is a deep sense of safety that allows everything inside you to slow down. This is the kind of rest that restores more than just energy. It restores ease. Time moves differently here. It stretches and softens. You are not aware of how long you have been resting, and that feels good. Clocks feel irrelevant. Schedules feel distant and abstract. The memory of the journey remains, but only as a feeling now, a sense of smooth motion, of being carried forward without effort, of landscapes passing quietly by while you remained safe and warm inside. That feeling settles deeper into you, becoming something you can return to later, even when you are awake. A reminder that rest is possible, that stillness is allowed. Your body remains deeply relaxed. Your face is smooth. Your jaw hangs loose. Your shoulders are heavy and settled. Your hands rest easily, fingers relaxed and warm. If awareness briefly surfaces, it does so gently. It notices comfort. It is calm. And then it drifts away again without struggle. You are sleeping now in the truest sense. Deep, nourishing sleep that asks nothing of you. Sleep that repairs and restores quietly without instruction. The sleep train no longer needs to guide you. Its work is complete for now. The tracks, the motion, the night journey through Italy have all faded into a soft background memory, like a lullaby heard long ago. What remains is peace, and you stay here, resting, floating, sleeping. The calm you are resting in now feels almost infinite, as if the edges of the world have softened and folded around you. There is no rush, no pressure, only the gentle unfolding of rest, as though time itself has slowed to match your breath. Your body is perfectly supported. Every point of contact with the mattress or pillow is comfortable, warm, and steady. Even the smallest muscles, your eyes, your jaw, your shoulders, have released completely. There is no tension anywhere, only ease, only peace. Breath flows naturally. Inhale, exhale. Each one is slow and steady, like waves rolling softly against a quiet shore. You do not need to control it. You do not need to think about it. You simply follow it effortlessly. Outside, the day has moved on. Birds sing here and there, but their sound does not disturb you. A distant door opens. A soft shuffle of footsteps passes along a cobblestone street. Even these sounds, though awake and alive, arrive like gentle reminders of life, not demands on your attention. They blend seamlessly with your inner quiet. If dreams appear, they are delicate, spacious, and unhurried. Perhaps you are walking slowly through a sun-dappled village in Tuscany, the morning light soft on pale stone walls. Each step is effortless, each breath warm and filled with calm. There is no urgency, no place you need to reach, only the soft pleasure of wandering through peace. Or perhaps you are back on the train, stationary now, doors open to a field of wildflowers. Sunlight warms the car gently. You sit quietly, leaning back, letting the gentle motion of remembered rails ripple through your body in a soft echo. Even the memory of motion becomes a lullaby. Or maybe there are no images at all, only warmth, only weight, only complete and unbroken stillness. You are floating inside the calm, and that is all that matters. Your mind, too, has surrendered. Thoughts that once insisted on attention now drift like clouds across a wide sky, coming and going without force. Each thought is soft, non-demanding, disappearing as gently as it arrives. Your nervous system has quieted fully. Muscles repair. Energy is restored. Emotions settle. You are being replenished in ways that words cannot measure. Every cell, every part of you knows exactly what it needs, and it is receiving it completely. Time has no meaning here. It stretches and folds, dissolving into the ongoing sensation of safety and warmth. You do not need to know how long you have been resting. You do not need to measure it. All that exists is this moment of deep, nourishing calm. The memory of the journey through Italy lingers faintly, not as a story, not as events, but as a feeling. The smooth glide of the train, the soft sway of hills, the quiet presence of moonlight and stars, the gentle rush of the sea. It is stored now inside you as a quiet companion, a reminder that calm can be carried even after a journey ends. Your body remains heavy and secure, every point of contact comfortable, shoulders, arms, legs, neck fully relaxed. Your face is soft, your jaw releases completely. Even the smallest muscles in your scalp and forehead have released tension you didn't realize they were holding. If awareness surfaces, it does so briefly, like a feather floating down through the still air. It notes calm, notes ease, and then drifts away. Sleep remains uninterrupted, full, and complete. And so you rest. The sleep train has carried you to the edge of night, across landscapes that are now only gentle impressions in your mind. Its work is done. Yet the essence of its journey, the steady hum, the soft sway, the reassuring motion, lingers inside you. It becomes a rhythm you carry wherever you are, a lullaby for the body and mind. Outside, the world moves forward, but it does not intrude. Morning light glows softly across rooftops. The scent of warm bread drifts faintly from a distant cafe. Birds move through the sky. But you remain untouched, resting in a quiet bubble, fully protected. You are deeply supported, fully at ease. The world can continue without requiring anything from you. You can remain here as long as you like, wrapped in warmth and calm. Your sleep is restorative, deep, slow, and nourishing. Your body, mind, and spirit continue to replenish. Every inhale draws in peace. Every exhale releases tension. Each moment folds gently into the next, seamless and unbroken. You float effortlessly between dream and deep sleep, carried by the memory of the journey, by the rhythm of breath, by the soft, unspoken presence of the train that has brought you here, and you remain safe, warm, relaxed, deeply, completely at rest. The world outside your rest remains in motion, though it feels like a distant echo now. Light spreads softly across hills and rooftops. The scent of earth and stone drifts faintly on a morning breeze. A few birds call to each other, tentative, careful, like they are practicing the day rather than announcing it. None of this interrupts you. None of this matters. It all folds into the gentle backdrop of your sleep. Inside, your body has sunk even deeper into rest. Muscles have released fully, as though each fiber has remembered how to let go. Your arms rest comfortably at your sides, your legs heavy, supported, entirely at peace. Your head lies perfectly on the pillow, neck free, jaw relaxed. Even your eyelids feel soft, almost weightless, like a curtain moving with a breeze. Breath continues, calm and steady. Inhale, exhale, no effort is required. The rhythm is quiet but deep, flowing through you like slow, gentle waves washing over sand. Each exhale carries away tension. Each inhale brings fresh calm into your system. If dreams come now, they are slow, spacious, and comforting. Perhaps you imagine yourself wandering along the quiet streets of a small Italian village at dawn. Pale stone walls glow softly in the new light. Narrow alleys curve gently. The air carries a faint scent of baking bread, of flowers, of the sea just beyond the hills. You walk slowly, leisurely, with no sense of urgency. There is no destination. There is only presence. Or perhaps you dream of the train again. It is stationary now, resting quietly in a green field. You sit in one of its empty compartments, gazing out the window. The landscape flows gently past hills, olive groves, distant mountains. The subtle sway of the train remains in your body like a soft lullaby. Motion without effort. Travel without need to guide it. Safety, comfort. Or maybe there is no imagery at all. Only warmth. Only stillness. Only the profound sensation of deep rest. You float in it completely, carried by the weight of your body, sinking into softness, and by the quiet rhythm of your own heartbeat. Your mind, too, is resting. Thoughts have slowed to wisps, tiny drifting clouds that arrive and leave without insistence. There is no planning, no analysis, no judgment, just observation, like watching leaves float on a calm river. The mind has no work to do. It simply rests alongside your body. Time stretches in this space. Minutes and hours feel gentle and boundless. The concept of schedule or urgency does not exist here. There is only this moment, only this experience of being held, supported, and completely safe. Your sleep deepens with each passing moment. Your nervous system balances itself automatically. Your cells restore, and your energy renews quietly. Every part of you participates in this restoration, fully and effortlessly. You are healing simply by being, by resting, by allowing your body and mind to drift. The memory of the journey through Italy, through moonlit coasts, quiet villages, rolling hills, and soft, swaying trains lingers, not as a story you need to remember consciously, but as a sensation, a soothing rhythm, a comforting hum in the background of your sleep. Even if you do not notice it consciously, the essence of that journey becomes part of your internal landscape. It is like a lullaby stored deep in the body, always accessible, always calming. Your awareness flickers occasionally, briefly. like a candle flame moving in a soft draft. If you notice it, you simply observe comfort, warmth, and safety. Then it fades again. Sleep deepens once more, unbroken. The train, though still in memory, remains your companion in this quiet. Its presence does not intrude but reassures. You are carried, even without motion. You are supported, even without effort. You are safe, completely and fully. Outside, the day moves forward in muted, respectful rhythms. The sun climbs higher, casting gentle warmth over stone streets and fields. People begin their routines in the distance. Sounds emerge: footsteps, doors, the faint hum of life, but none of it demands your attention. Your sleep is a bubble untouched by the world. Inside your body, every muscle, every joint, every fiber rests deeply. Tension has been released completely. Even the muscles that usually hold stress unconsciously are soft, pliant, and heavy with relaxation. You do not need to adjust. You do not need to move. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Breath continues its quiet work. Inhale, exhale. The flow is steady, continuous. Each one deepens your sense of calm, anchoring you further into safety. And you float between dreams and deep sleep. Perhaps now you drift back to the meadow outside a quiet village. Perhaps you float on the sea, waves carrying you softly. Perhaps you exist in pure sensation, warmth, weight, movement, and stillness intertwined. Everything aligns perfectly in this moment. Mind, body, and environment are in harmony. Nothing is missing. Nothing is required. You are entirely, completely at peace. The journey, though it started in motion, is now entirely internal. A rhythm, a feeling, a lullaby carried through the body, lingering quietly, reminding you of rest and safety. And so you continue to rest, deeply, fully, effortlessly. The stillness around you grows even deeper, wrapping you in a quiet so complete it feels almost tangible, like soft velvet folding over every inch of your being. There is no hurry, no expectation, no pressure, only the slow, steady rhythm of rest. Your body remains heavy and completely supported. Each point of contact with the bed, blanket, or pillow is perfect. Even the smallest muscles around your eyes, jaw, hands have relaxed fully. Every nerve, every fiber, every cell knows that nothing is required. Only rest is allowed. Breathing continues, effortless and rhythmic. Inhale, exhale. Each breath moves through you like a gentle tide, washing away any remaining tension. Each exhale leaves behind a quiet sensation of space, openness, and ease. You do not need to control it. You do not need to think about it. It simply flows. Perhaps now your dreams shift once more, taking you on another gentle journey through Italy. You imagine the train resting softly beside a golden field. Light spills across the countryside, warm and pale, brushing over rolling hills and olive groves. You sit quietly in the carriage, watching the world move without any effort from you. You are carried. You are safe. Or maybe you dream of a quiet village street at dawn. Narrow cobblestone alleys curve gently through the town. Windows are slowly opening. A faint breeze carries the smell of warm bread and blooming flowers. The sound of a distant church bell tolling softly mixes with the hush of morning. You wander slowly, leisurely, without needing to arrive anywhere. Each step is its own pleasure, each breath its own rhythm. Or perhaps you drift without imagery at all. There is only warmth, weight, and stillness. You float in the deep calm, entirely unburdened. Your mind, like your body, has surrendered. Thoughts drift past gently, as harmless as leaves floating on a stream, appearing briefly, then moving along. Time itself seems to soften. Minutes stretch and blend together. There is no awareness of clocks, schedules, or urgency. This moment is timeless. This space is generous. This rest is complete. Your nervous system continues its work quietly and efficiently. Every cell, every muscle, every nerve is repairing, restoring, and realigning. Emotional balance deepens. Energy replenishes. The subtle hum of life inside you continues uninterrupted, and you sink further into its calm. The memory of the journey, the soft sway of the train, the moonlit hills, the quiet coasts, the still waters, the stone villages remains as a comforting presence, a gentle echo that folds into your sleep. It is no longer a story that needs retelling. It is now a rhythm, a lullaby, a companion in your calm. Outside, the day continues, but it feels distant and muted. Footsteps, birdsong, doors opening and closing all arrive softened, filtered through layers of quiet. The world is moving, but it does not reach you. You remain suspended in peace. Your awareness may flicker briefly, like a candle in a gentle draft. If it does, it notices comfort, warmth, and calm, and then drifts back into rest. Sleep deepens again, unbroken, uninterrupted, perfect in its continuity. The train, though now stationary and silent in memory, remains your companion. Its motion, its rhythm, its calm presence continues to echo inside you. You are carried, you are safe, you are supported. Inside, your body is fully at ease. Each muscle is heavy with relaxation. Even your face, jaw, shoulders, and hands feel soft, warm, and unburdened. There is no need to move. There is no need to adjust. You are held completely. Your breath deepens slightly, becoming a quiet, steady tide. Each inhalation brings more warmth and calm. Each exhalation releases tension and worry. The rhythm of your body mirrors the rhythm of gentle motion you once felt on the train, a slow, rolling, comforting pulse. And now, you drift further, between dream and deep sleep. Perhaps you walk through a quiet meadow at sunrise. Perhaps you float on soft waves of calm water. Perhaps there are no images at all, only the profound sensation of weight, warmth, safety, and ease. Your inner journey unfolds, unhurried and limitless. The mind, body, and breath are in harmony. There is nothing to fix, nothing to attend to, only rest, only calm, only safety. And so you remain, you float, you rest, you sleep. The quiet around you is so complete now that it almost feels as if the air itself is cushioning you, wrapping every part of your being in softness. There is nothing to do, nothing to think about, nothing to control, only this vast, gentle stillness carrying you deeper into calm. Your body remains fully relaxed. Each point of contact, the pillow beneath your head, the blanket over your body, the mattress beneath you is perfectly supporting you. Every muscle has released its tension completely. Shoulders, jaw, eyes, hands, feet, all are heavy, warm, and at rest. Even the smallest fibers of your body, those that usually hold unconscious stress, have softened. Your breathing continues, slow, smooth, and effortless. Inhale, exhale. Each breath flows like a soft wave, moving rhythmically through you. You do not need to think about it. You do not need to guide it. You are carried simply by its natural rhythm as if the universe itself is breathing with you. Perhaps now your dreams shift to another gentle scene. You find yourself on the train once more, stationary beside a calm river reflecting soft morning light. The air carries the faint scent of wildflowers and wet earth. You sit quietly in the carriage, feeling the warmth of the sun through the window, listening to the distant ripple of water. Motion is no longer necessary. Safety and comfort are enough. Or perhaps you wander through a sleepy Italian village. Stone streets curve gently between small houses. A single cat moves across the cobblestones. The morning is quiet. A cafe door opens somewhere, releasing the warm, inviting scent of fresh bread and coffee. You walk slowly, savoring the calm. There is no rush, no purpose, no goal, only the soft pleasure of presence. Or perhaps there is no imagery at all, only the sensation of floating in warmth and stillness. Weight, calm, and ease fill every fiber of your being. Even your mind, freed from the need to think or plan, drifts gently in this soft space. Thoughts appear briefly, like clouds on a calm sky, then vanish without effort. Time here is irrelevant. Minutes stretch and fold into one another, offering a sense of infinite space. There is no urgency, no schedule, no expectation, only the peaceful unfolding of rest. Your nervous system remains deeply balanced, your cells quietly restoring themselves. Emotional tension fades further, leaving only a profound sense of safety. Energy returns, naturally, unobtrusively, without demand. This is a restoration that happens simply because you are here, present, and allowing yourself to rest fully. The memory of your journey through Italy lingers softly, like a gentle hum. Moonlit hills, quiet train rides, the sound of distant waves, the soft sway of the carriage. Villages that glow in sunrise, these are no longer events to remember consciously. They have become a rhythm, a lullaby, a companion in your deep sleep. Outside, the world moves on. Footsteps, birdsong, doors opening and closing, they exist, but only as soft, distant echoes. They do not disturb your calm. They blend into the gentle background of your sleep, reinforcing the sense of quiet continuity. Your body remains completely at ease. Every muscle, every joint, every fiber is heavy and relaxed. Even subtle areas where tension often lingers around the neck, shoulders, jaw, or scalp are soft and warm. You do not need to move. You do not need to adjust. You are fully held, fully supported. Breath flows like a tide, steady and continuous. Each inhalation brings warmth and calm. Each exhalation releases tension, worry, and fatigue. The rhythm mirrors the slow, reassuring movement you once felt on the train, a gentle, rocking pulse that continues to carry you through sleep. And now you drift further between dream and deep sleep. Perhaps you wander through sunlit meadows. Perhaps you float on soft waves. Perhaps you experience no imagery at all, only the profound sensation of calm, warmth, weight, and peace. Your inner world continues its journey, unhurried, limitless, and safe. Mind, body, and breath are in perfect harmony. There is nothing to fix, nothing to control, nothing to do, only rest, only calm, only safety. And so you continue, you float, you rest, you sleep. The quiet that surrounds you now feels endless, like a soft, protective blanket, stretching in every direction. There is no noise that can disturb you, no movement that can break your calm. Only stillness, only peace, only the soft, slow rhythm of rest holds you securely. Your body remains deeply supported. Each muscle, each joint, each fiber has softened completely. Even areas that often hold tension, the shoulders, the jaw, the scalp, the back, have released fully. There is a comforting weight in your limbs, a warm heaviness that signals total relaxation. You do not need to move. You do not need to adjust. You are fully cradled in calm. Breath flows effortlessly, in and out, steady and quiet. Inhale, exhale. Each inhalation draws calm into your body. Each exhalation releases any remaining tension. You do not need to direct your breathing. It moves naturally, like waves lapping against a quiet shore, constant and soothing. Perhaps now your dreams take you to a sunlit terrace overlooking the Italian countryside. Olive trees sway gently in the breeze. The air is fragrant with herbs and soft earth. Rolling hills stretch into the distance. The light is warm, golden, and comforting. You walk slowly along the terrace, feeling the smooth stone beneath your feet. Each step is soft, easy, and without purpose. There is nowhere to go. Only the gentle pleasure of being present. Or perhaps you are back on the train. The carriage is quiet and still. You sit comfortably, leaning back, feeling the faint echo of motion, as if it were a gentle heartbeat inside your body. Outside, the world moves slowly past. Fields of wildflowers, distant mountains, small villages bathed in morning light. You watch, calm and content. You do not need to move. You do not need to act. You are carried safely in this quiet rhythm. Or perhaps there is no imagery at all. Only warmth, only weight, only stillness. You float within it, carried entirely by the natural rhythm of your own breath, and by the profound comfort of complete relaxation. Your mind is free. Thoughts drift in and out like clouds in a pale sky. They do not demand attention. They do not pull you away from calm. Each thought comes gently, floats briefly, and moves on without effort. There is no planning, no problem solving, only observation, only presence, only the natural unfolding of quiet. Time here has softened completely. Minutes and hours blend together in a gentle, endless flow. There is no urgency, no schedule, no requirement, only this vast, safe, slow moment of deep rest. Your nervous system, at last, is fully balanced. Every cell is repaired. Every muscle restores. Every energy source replenishes. Emotional tension melts away completely. You are being restored on every level simply because you are resting. No effort is required. No force, only surrender. The memory of your journey through Italy lingers gently. The soft sway of the train, moonlit hills, the quiet ripple of water, village streets at dawn, rolling fields of olive trees. All of these experiences no longer need to be consciously recalled. They have become part of the rhythm of your sleep, a soft lullaby echoing inside you. Outside, the world continues its life. Footsteps on cobblestones, birds calling, doors opening and closing, sunlight shifting across rooftops and hills. These things exist, but they cannot disturb your calm. They are distant echoes, blending into the fabric of your deep rest. Your body remains heavy and warm. Muscles, joints, nerves, and even the smallest fibers are completely relaxed. Even the jaw, the neck, the shoulders, and the back are soft and free. You do not need to move. You do not need to adjust. You are fully cradled. Breath flows as a quiet tide. Inhale calm, exhale tension. Inhale warmth, exhale worry. Each breath deepens your sense of safety, anchoring you further in complete relaxation. And now you drift even further into sleep. Perhaps you wander through meadows bathed in golden sunlight. Perhaps you float on gentle waves of warm water. Perhaps there are no images at all, only the profound sensations of weight, warmth, and calm that fill every fiber of your being. Your inner journey continues, steady, unhurried, and safe. Mind, body, and breath are in perfect harmony. There is nothing to fix, nothing to change, nothing to do. Only rest, only calm, only safety. And so you continue, you float, you rest, you sleep.